Even though I am being eaten out here alive, I am gonna make another video because I want to make another content before I go back inside. I'm out here today enjoying this hot ass weather in Minnesota. It is around 90 something degrees. Reason I'm out is because I am working on our backyard. We had all these overgrown weeds that I cut down, and now I need to put them in a bag so that they're out of the way. And the reason I need to make sure that it gets done today is because tomorrow it might rain, and then it just things end up happening where, anyways. I was sitting out here because I had made a post on my Facebook about not seeking friendships with people who are white and or people who see themselves as white, or people who think white, right? I'm on my journey, not just my spiritual journey. I'm also on my journey on becoming a better leftist or a better communist. One of those I'm not, because if you are on the line, it'll tell you that it's two different things. But for me, especially, what I want to do is become a black leftist. Okay, so I'm on my journey to do that. This is something that I tend to learn about things and whatnot. With what happened with Nolan Wells, my Facebook post was to not seek friendships with people who think of themselves as white and people who are white, right? I said that you can be civil, you can be polite, but that's soul level types of friendships that Aristotle talks about, because there's like 3 levels of friendships that Aristotle talks about. There is the shallow one, there is the associate one, and then there's like that soul level where that somebody sees you and knows you. I think because of how we are conditioned in white supremacy when we live in the West, and especially America, you don't even realize that you are basically taught white supremacy. You're taught to seek the comfort of white folks, right? And I just don't really, as a person who's been friends with white folks for quite some time, has also had a child with a white man, I will say that you do not, as a person of color, as a person who thinks black, so a black leftist, a black radical, a black feminist, you do not need to seek friendships with people who see themselves as white. I think, I don't want to say that I'm going to take it back, right? Because there's a reason why I say people who think white, because you can get away from it. I used to think white. I really believe that. I used to think white, and now I have deconstructed that, and I'm still working on deconstructing that, right? And so a lot of my deconstruction has come with leaving behind friendships of people who have not deconstructed that for themselves, right? I let go of one recently, and there was many things, pattern recognition or whatever. There was many things. But it was her refusal to not see herself as not white, even though she's Italian. It was her refusal of not seeing when many times she was not chosen because she wasn't white enough. It was the refusal of not choosing me over whiteness over and over and over and over again. I can forgive it when we are children, like Nolan Wells and the high schoolers, but I can't forgive it when we're in our late 30s. At some point I have to choose myself. And I think that's what I mean by that, is that they cannot see past their own whiteness. And the thing that solidified it for me was, I think it was twofold, right? It was her talking about a friend of ours that we both were friends with. I even lived with that friend. And that friend to me is a person who, I believe she's got psychological issues and whatnot. So it's odd for me to hear you talk about how she continuously doesn't show up for you, but you're still talking with her, you're like in this group chat, you're doing all this stuff, and it seems to me like the friendship is still going on, but you're sparing me that friendship is going on because she and I are not friends. But the reason she and I are not friends is because she is a shitty ass human being. She's been a shitty ass human being to you. She's been a shitty ass human being to me. She has slept with some of my friends that I've met in college, their boyfriends, and never told me about it. And you were like, you shouldn't be surprised about that. That doesn't make sense to me. She has not shown up to one of your really good friends and her good friends' children's funeral. Like there's I don't understand why are you so stuck on being her friend, right? And then I was like, I need to stop being friends with her. Also, I got my religious psychosis also came in where like I saw some I want to say that I astral projected and I saw some stuff, or I want to say that I got the answers that I needed, right? But anyways, I was also talking to her, beyond the high school friendship that ended badly and her continuously choosing whiteness by choosing that girl and not seeing that that's what she's doing, because I don't understand at some point. And also, I don't want to be friends with someone who continuously talks shit about her other friends, but you're also spending time with them. Like, you ain't shit for whatever it is that you keep saying behind their back to me, and she ain't shit for doing whatever it is that she's doing to you. And I don't want to be friends with either one of you. So, exit stage left. The other one is she had this crush on some guy that when we were like in between, we'd left high school, we were in college, living on our own for the first time, like early 20s. There's this man, he is Mexican, but he is a camel skin Mexican who only likes to date white women. And he did not like her because after he met her, she wasn't white enough. She's living her life because her parents are immigrants, so like they, and the reason I came to that conclusion that that's what he wanted and that's why they never worked out, because I never understood why they never worked out. They looked amazing together. She's dark-skinned Italian, not dark-skinned, like olive skin, very pretty. Actually, she's pale. Dark skin, dark hair, right? Beautiful girl. He is camel skin, dark haired, tall Mexican man. I didn't really understand the issue. I didn't understand it. But now I understood it once I saw who he ended up picking as his baby mama / who he's dating, which is a very Karen looking like woman with a bad blonde bleach something or other hair, bad bleach blonde hair. And I was gonna send that to my friend and be like, hey, remember when you were crying over this guy? And then I sat back and I said to myself, and this is where my healing comes in, I said, first of all, she is a mother of like 5. She has gone on with her life. She has been with this friend of yours, and not friend of mine, this guy that she's been with. They have a house together. They are living their big adult life. Why would she care about this guy not choosing her? And why do I need to tell her that the reason that he didn't choose her is because she's not white enough? I just sat there and I talked to myself and I was like, why do I want to ruin whatever? Because she seems happy. I think she's happy. I'm like, why would I want to ruin that for her, right? And she's also friends with him, so she can see. And I also thought, because she had a pin that said that I'm a safe place and I am her friend, and I have been on for the last 2 years of my healing journey, because I just stopped being friends with her, I want to say, in the beginning of this year. So for the past, I want to say from 2022, 23 maybe, till now, all of my topics and my talking points on Snapchat, on Instagram, on Facebook have been on anti-capitalism, leftist philosophies, feminism, anti-patriarchy, anti-abuse, anti-racism, anti-transphobia, anti-homophobia. So all of that, and you and I are constantly talking about it. The only one that you missed was racism. The only one you missed was picking whiteness. And when I was talking to her about that, and I was like, well, yeah, you know why he didn't pick you, right? It's because you weren't white enough for him. And he's like, well, I just see myself as white. And then it was like the disrespect that happened several times after that. It was, I saw contempt on her face when I showed up to her daughter's birthday party. And she was like hugging one of her co-workers that I've never met before. And my daughter and I showed up, and I thought she would be happy to see me. And all I saw was contempt in her face. And I've seen that look before. And then after that, my mind just went to all the times that I also saw it from her. And it was times where she should have picked me and she didn't. She picked whiteness. And that's what I mean by, like, you cannot have a soul level friendship with people who, whatever the reasoning is, they're unable to see how they themselves fit in the matrix, right? And that's not something that I want to do. So perhaps there are people who have white skin but don't see themselves as white. Be friends with those folks. But do not be friends with people who do not see themselves who only see themselves as white and don't understand what that means. And even though you have like educated, you've talked about it with them, they don't see themselves as an ally, right? But when it comes to choosing you in private, they won't, while telling you that you deserve more. And that's why you shouldn't. Don't waste your time. It's okay. Being civil and being polite is perfectly fine. I need you to understand that, because I think the fact that racist people require so much understanding and from people that they're racist towards is part of white supremacy. So unshackle yourself. I'm unshackling myself. You too should unshackle yourself. See, I told you I'm out here trying to get rid of these dandelions. All right, subscribe to me and follow me, please, and hopefully this helped you out.